On a day which has started with panic, it has gone like a roller coaster. We don't know what the fuck is happening. Let's start with something nice and steady. Ay caramba. Let me get that mic over here. Let me drop the mic. Yo. Ay caramba. What the hell has happened today? I tell you what, my fringe is in need of a trim. How are we all feeling? We've all woke up to some fucking weird news. I'm going to undo this. We've woken up to some weird news today. We've woken up to the Brian Panic news. We've then had the Emmy Martinez news. That Nicholas Jackson news doesn't seem to be fucking slowing down. And of course, we've just recently had the Estupinian news. Honestly, big up yourselves tonight. Let me say hello to some people first before we go in. Welcome, Samuel. Hope you are well, my friend. It's me, Everest. Big up to yourself. Paul, hope you're well. Ben, evening. Andy, hope you're well, my friend. And Mustafa, of course, as always, don't do it. That's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. Yes, make sure you say hello to Potsy for me. Make sure you say hello. Yeah, mind-blowing news. Look, let's attack the elephant in the room. Okay, let's start with what was said this morning. And my God, what a fucking morning. What a thing to wake up to this morning. You wake up, Lawless straight away in the group chat. Manchester United aren't going to sign anyone. I was like, what? And then I looked on the wonderful world that is Twitter, and I saw the news. So, Laurie Whitwell brings in the hammer blow. The hammer blow that there is still a considerable gap in valuations. We are several millions apart. Deal is not imminent. Talks continue. Now, I want you to all err on a side of calmness with this, okay? On an air of calmness. I've been a Manchester United fan for 38 years. 38 glorious, if somewhat testing the last couple of years, okay? I've seen transfers come from here to there, everywhere. Now, what I'm going to tell you about this transfer is we should not panic. We can't panic about Brian. Brian wants Manchester United. We know he does. I don't really want to sit here and go over old ground in telling you all to calm down because, look, I get each and every one of you. I probably sat there this morning going, how? In what world is this a thing? In what world is this a thing where Manchester United, what are we, 15th of July, day 197 it feels like, and we're still sat here waiting for the Brian news. Now, there has been reports come out today, and Simon Stone has come out and kind of alleviated the stress a little bit. What he said is, look, Manchester United still want this guy for the American tour. We fly out next Tuesday. I'm not concerned. I can't lie. And I've seen so many people today go out there. Even Sam from United People's TV is starting to get stressed now. I'm not stressed. I know this guy is coming. I know this guy is going to be wearing a United shirt soon. This happens with transfers. It always seems to happen with Manchester United where we think we're there. We think we're close to getting this sorted. And then all of a sudden, a hammer blow and we're on the floor. And then do you know what seems to happen? The next 48 hours, you normally get the here we go. You normally get medical booked. You normally get all of that. Now, one thing I will say, right? One thing I'm going to say to all the in the knows there, the in the knows, right? The ones that are talking absolute bollocks. I said it yesterday and I'm going to say it again. And if any of them are watching this, or if anybody who's doing this watches this back on playback, you've got to stop trying to be the first person to get there. You've got to stop trying to be the first person to say, it's booked, it's agreed, he's going for his medical in hope that the news drops. Because what you do is you build up these fans' hopes. You build it up. Everyone looks and goes, fucking brilliant. We're sound. We're sorted. And then 10, 12 hours later, when the big boys come out, like the Whitwells, like the Ben Jacobs, like the Fabrizios, when they come out and say, no, this ain't done yet, you look like clowns, okay? I had to get that off my chest. Had to get that off my chest. Jamie, hope you're well, my friend. And Lynn, hope you are well. Newcastle are in a bit of a predicament at the moment with the news that Liverpool are going in for Isak. I can't lie. Chappie, top man, hope you are doing well. Fraser, good morning from New Zealand. Finally catching a live stream. Forest fan here, but not a rage beta like Wolfie. I love that bloke. I agree with him, though. You are the nicest United fan on YouTube. Thank you very much, Fraser. Much appreciated. Is it the kit launch Wednesday? Surely there has to be a transfer incoming. Andy, you'd have to say so. And Ben, yes, you are completely right. We hit 370 subs yesterday. Let's try and hit that 400. Let's try and get that 400. Let's get the positivity going. Chappie says we can't afford to feed the staff, let alone sign players. Yeah, look, there are so many iterations of this transfer that are going around. There are so many he said, she said, they said. It's the time. We're just going to have to wait for it. It's going to happen this week. I'm absolutely, utterly convinced about that. I'm not sat here like those in the know saying I know my friend Brian's uncle's sister's brother boy who works in the kitchens at Old Trafford knows something. I just have a feeling in my gut, which I've said on Sunday, that this gets done. Okay, we have to look further forwards than our noses here. Okay, this transfer, the players going, and the players that I'm about to talk about in a minute. I tell you what, I like in this too. And if you've just eaten and you've got a weak stomach, I apologize. But this reminds me of pure constipation. When you're sat on the toilet and you're there like, oh my God, just please, come on, get out. Just get out. And there's that one moment where you go, oh my God, that is so, oh my, and then it comes out and you feel sweet disposition. This is what Manchester United's window is going to be. I honestly, I absolutely am sure of it. In my heart of hearts, I'm sure of it. Now, Bryan, if you are listening, don't worry. We are coming for you, okay? Manchester United are coming for you. I don't know what more we can say on him. I mean, look, I feel sorry for the bloke. We've spoke about him so much. We've created a fucking brigade for him, the Bryan Brigade, and the poor guy can't come to United to lavish that up and live it up. But it will happen, okay? So please don't get disheartened. This is coming. Now, news coming out in the last sort of few hours. This one took me by surprise. This one really took me by surprise, and it's a signing that I've wanted, okay? Make no mistake about it. If you followed me on TikTok, if you followed me in the early days, I say the early days, we haven't even been going a month, but the early days of starting this YouTube channel up, Emmy Martinez. Now, there is words coming out from Argentina, and the guy who said it is Gaston Idol. Now, from all intents and purposes, this guy is a tier one. He's a tier one in Argentina. Tends to get a lot of stuff right. And what he said tonight is simple. Manchester United are in negotiations with Aston Villa for Emmy Martinez. Now, I'm seeing a lot, okay? I'm seeing a lot of people going out there and saying the same thing about this deal. Some people say, hang on, he's 33. He's 33, and we need to be looking at people younger. This is false. This is false news, okay? Emmy Martinez, as a goalkeeper, is at the perfect age for Manchester United to sign him. He is at the perfect age with the perfect experience to come to this club and do something, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. When we have had to put up with that bozo, Onana, for the last 2 years, and it has been hell. Let's not try and sugarcoat this. It has been pure and utter hell. You're bringing in a player who commands his team. He is the epitome of the word shithouse, okay? If you're not from England and you don't know what the term shithouse is, it's somebody that gets under the skins of rival fans, of the rival players, and just makes it a misery to play against. Now, I am all for this signing. And I had a chat with you all, and I stand by this. We know that John Victor, by the way, is probably the one they're going to try and do because it's cheaper. We know that. But I stand by the fact that this guy comes in and cleans up house. South American again. They don't like the bullshit. They come in and they sort shit out. Okay? He would absolutely revolutionize what we're trying to do on the pitch. We don't have enough characters. Manchester United have no characters on that pitch other than maybe a Maguire, maybe a Fernandes, maybe a Casemiro. We are a quiet team. We are a team, a group of individuals who, when the going is getting tough, they look around and they don't know what to do. They haven't got a fucking clue what to do. So when I see these reports coming in about Emmy Martinez, I sit there and I go, that is the move Manchester United should be making. Now, we want the central midfielder. We want the striker. We don't want the striker I'm going to talk about shortly, but we want these sort of signings. My only question to this is, and I'll put this to the chat here. I'll put this to the chat to all of you who are watching. If we are struggling at the moment to get the deal with Mbeumo, Bryan, over the line, where's the money coming from for this? Will this involve a Garnacho? Will this involve us having to make sure the players are going out? Because I just don't understand how we can go from, and look, I'm happy it's a report from a tier 1 journalist. I'm over the moon at that. But I don't understand how we can go from being a struggling club with zero money, let's be honest, let's call it as it is, with no money, to now being linked to Martinez. I talk about the domino effect. I don't want to bore you with that because I'm sick of fucking saying it. But something has to happen. Something has to be going on in the background for things like this to start coming to us. Because at the moment, it is literally like, it's like an episode of fucking Hollyoaks. You don't know what the hell's going on. If anybody watches Hollyoaks, I haven't watched it for years, but if anybody watched Hollyoaks, you'd sit there sometimes, you go, what the fuck is going on here? This is the same with Manchester United's transfer scenario. We had to listen at the start of the window, and I'm still positive. I'm having a moan, but I'm still positive. We've heard the likes of Berardi and Wilcox say United have got a plan. We've got a plan. We know what we're doing. At this point in time, this to me looks like a scattergun approach. This looks to me like Manchester United have got halfway through the transfer window, halfway through July, after having one transfer window already, and they've gone, right, we're going on loan. We're going on loan. We're going on tour next Tuesday. What the fuck are we doing? Right, what are we doing here? Because we were expecting Rashford to go. We were expecting Garnacho to go. We were expecting Anthony to be gone now. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're waiting and waiting and waiting for these to go so we can go out there and actually make it so and get the players in. But it isn't happening. So I put it to you guys in the chat and tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I feel like this now is panic stations at Manchester United when it comes to transfers. I feel like Manchester United now, with the links that we have, and I'll go into the other ones in a minute, I feel like this is panic stations. Everybody knows where we should strengthen. Manchester United fans know where Manchester United are weakest. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to see where Manchester United are at their weakest. So I kind of feel like these links that we're being linked with tonight, it is just complete and utter scattergun. It's like they've got a group of them in a room. They're going, throw some names at me, guys. Who can we go and sign? And quick, who can we go and sign? Because the tickets are booked for Tuesday for America. Brilliant, right? Who can we sign? What can we do? That's how it feels. This careful planning, this idea of us being in complete control of what we're going to do, it just seems to be slipping away from us day by day. So let me get through some of these comments. By the way, guys, I'm going to be making some of you mods tonight. I think it's time to start doing so. So keep an eye out. I'm not going to say who, but you'll see. You'll see. What we got here? Jamie says, is it true we are starting talks with Martinez and Villa? Mate, you sound like you're from Birmingham saying that. Is it true we am starting talks, mate, with Martinez and Villa? Are you, mate, if you are a Brummie or from Wolvo, I apologise. If Cunha is the only signing down, I think we will struggle. Absolutely. Oh, brilliant. Welcome back. It's me, Everest. Put us in a corner. Either give us Isak or we go in for Ekitike. You're not having both. Newcastle say no to Isak sale. A tad stressed. Honestly, Newcastle today are in a situation because yesterday they had the highs, the absolute highs of being in for Ekitike and looking at being a two-man strike force that would strike fear into a lot of Premier League sides. Now Liverpool, who are doing fucking wonders this transfer window, and it breaks my heart to say that, have come and said, we want Isak. And quite rightly so, Newcastle have said, well, you're not having him. And they've gone, well, you either give us Isak or we're getting Ekatike. It's a horrible situation to be in. And I do feel for him. Put in the chat, you said hi, but you probably didn't notice he had 7 panelists tonight. 7 panelists? Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't get a fucking invite. Unbelievable. I'm joking, of course. Quick question, Dan. What is your local team like for Potts? His local team is Colchester United. What's mine? Mine is Shrewsbury Town. Yeah, Shrewsbury Town, man. And here he is. Moxie Shun, good evening. Was making my chat drink-along cuppa. I nearly forgot mine tonight. Look at the age of Edwin van der Sar when we brought him. Martinez's age doesn't worry me at all. Big up yourself there, Ben, with that. Big up yourself. Guys, let's make sure we're smashing the likes on the video tonight, and let's make sure that we are getting that target to 400 within sight. We need 30. So let's really push that tonight. Good keeper. Surprised Villa would let him go. I still think it's a money thing, to be honest, but what do I know? Wahaha! I fucking love saying your name, mate. Good evening, mate. Hope you are well. In fact, you'll be happy with the news that we speak about in a bit. With Bryan, I don't think the money is the issue. I think it's Sir Jim wanting us to look strong to other clubs, not overpaying and giving clubs what they ask for. Too stubborn to just pay the 60 million. Do you know something, Ben? I like that comment. I like these comments that Manchester United fans like you say, because it's not just a stupid, oh, we're fucking useless. That is a well thought point, and I really, really appreciate those points coming in. At what point, though, do Manchester United go from saying, look, we ain't going to be mocked here, we ain't going to be taken for a ride, and just pay the fucking money? I mean, do you see what I'm saying, mate? We are, at this point in time, looking like a club that can only deal with one player at a time. I've said this so many times. I don't like how long it takes us to sort this mess out. I really don't. And yes, smash them. Look at that. Look at that lady. Smash them likes up. Danzy, you're not. Oh, then look at that. Flattery will get you everywhere, Lynn. It's me, Everest says, sign DCL and Vardy. Fuck it. Honestly, don't joke. Don't joke. Don't joke. Smash the likes up. And we're 29 away from 400. Let's keep it coming. Walsall, there we go. Jamie, I live in Wellington, mate. I'm literally down the road from you, my friend. Literally down the road from you. Apologies for, I wasn't mocking, I promise. Absolutely wasn't. And look at this. It's true. Oh, here we go. It's true. We have signed him. No, not yet, mate. Not yet. It's not true. I tell you what I have done, because I wanted to keep an eye tonight. I have got Twitter on X, if you like to say it like that, on refresh. I'm looking at it on refresh, and at the moment, guys, it doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look pretty. 21 likes. Let's get to 100. Listen to that, man. Big up Shrewsbury Town. They got relegated. My club United and my hometown club, terrible seasons last season. And yes, Lucas, I hope you are well. When is Bryan in? You know, you tell me. It's this week. It's this week. Don't worry. Don't worry. Andy says, if the season had started, we wouldn't be stressed about transfers. No, we'd be stressed about where the fuck we're going to finish, though, Andy, wouldn't we? It's facts. Now, here comes the next bit. Here comes the next bit that I want to talk to you all about. And this is the terrifying news. This is terrifying me, right? This is terrifying me. This is the news about Nicholas Jackson. Now, more links. Sky Sports News, man, the tapping merchants themselves are coming in today, and they're saying Manchester United are absolutely interested in Nicholas Jackson. Now, what I'm going to say to you here, is, where does that leave Manchester United? Signing a Nicholas Jackson, where does that leave Manchester United? You tell me, because for me, it absolutely terrifies me. And I'm not going to go as far as to sit here like some people and say, if he signs for my club, I'll boo him. I'm not going to get behind it. I ain't doing that. I'm not nine. If we sign him, and we have to back him. That's just the way it is. That, unfortunately, is just the way it is. We may not like it, but we have to respect. We have to respect him as a person. We can't go down that fucking route of being that club that just goes to town and absolutely batters these players. We saw it with Madueke with Arsenal, and I've got to say, I felt sorry for him. I absolutely felt sorry for Madueke. But this news with Chelsea now, we know Chelsea are too heavy up top. We absolutely know that they are too heavy. And also the reports now saying that, whereas once they said 100 million, yeah, then they said 70 million, yeah, Do you see where I'm going with this? That price is going down. It's coming down. It's coming down. And I just have a feeling with this striker that if we get Emmy Martinez sorted, once we've got Bryan sorted, I just worry that we see this as a deadline day striker deal. To me, this has got deadline day signing written all over it. Jackson, as we know, he knows he's not got a place at Chelsea anymore. He's gone, and I saw a really, really good tweet the other before. It said Nicholas Jackson went from first choice striker at the Club World Cup to by the time they'd won it, he's down to third. Chelsea are absolutely done. They want rid of him. Could he go? I mean, look, he's young enough to do stuff, but I'm not gonna be that United fan that sits here and says he bags for us. But what I will say is, this has got deadline day written all over it. Smash a like and tell me in the chat if you agree with me. Does this have deadline day written all over it? You've got Paul Hurst from the Times coming out as well now and saying, yeah, United want him. United want him. The only thing I will say with this, and this is the only bit that sort of gives me a little bit of hope, is this. We're still struggling to pay the Bryan deal. That's what's happening. I don't see a world where Emmy Martinez will probably cost 30. Jackson's going to cost, I reckon, at least 50, 55. I don't see a world where we go out there and we spend another 85 million on two players like that. I go back to what I've been saying this week. I think it's more believable that we go for a Richard Rios and a John Victor that would cost a combined 32 million. But for those two players, I'm not so sure. I'm just not so sure. Big up yourself there, Giniesta. Hope you are well, my friend. And yes, honestly, they need something, mate. They need more than prayers. Oh, Christ. Eli Canna, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Is Martinez coming to United? Well, look, as I said, if you've just joined, Gaston Idol from Argentina, Tier 1 news journalist, has come out and said that United are in conversations. But if we go on the standard time with Manchester United, we won't have to worry about him being banned for the first game of the season because probably won't get to us until the 6th or 7th, honestly. Walsall bottled the league worse than Arsenal. Jesus Christ, honestly. Matt Sadler, I thought he had it sewed up there. Okay, so Wahaha, I fucking love saying that. Wahaha says he's better than Højlund. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not hard, but yeah, I get you. Andy Bayliss, the mod. Where's the money coming from for Jackson? Well, you tell me. At the moment, we can't seem to be selling people at the moment. So this is what sort of calms me down. But this is what also worries me, that it will be a deadline day signing. And Flux Mills says, I got to be your first Leeds United subscriber. Looking forward to Saturday, my guy. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Or my girl, I can't see her face. I'm sorry. And yeah, exactly. We have to support Manchester United, whatever happens. Paul says Jackson will be lots and for very little, other than red cards. Will be lots and for very little. Do you think? Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Paul, I agree. Let's not forget, right? I will say this about Jackson because I don't want to be that fan channel. I've had my say about him in the past. I spat my drink out when we were first linked. But you have to be mature about these things. You have to be mature. And you have to look a couple of seasons ago when he signed for Chelsea. There was a buzz around them signing him. You know, he was a player that they were really excited about. Up until halfway through last season, I had Charlie on the bloody football's 12th man saying he'll get 20 goals this season. He did start the season very well. But there's a rawness to him and there's a decision-making problem there, I think, when it comes to finishing that absolutely lets him down. Now, again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you almost want him to come, bag 20 goals, look at the United fans and do that, don't you? You almost, from a humane perspective, but I just don't see it. And I can't sit here and say I'm buzzing for it. I can't. If he comes, I'll have to back him. Ben says buying Jackson is just giving Chelsea more money to be able to pull even further ahead of us. Massive red flag for me. A lot of people not happy about it. Moxie Shun, the mod. As Outcast sang, I'm sorry, Nick Jackson. Ooh, it's not for real. You feel that? Please say it isn't so. You have to sing. I did sing it for you. There you go. And we are 23 away from 400. There is a few of you in here. It takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit it, guys. We are on the road to 400, and we're doing it so much quicker than I thought we would. And yeah, of course you are. And where else are we here? Where else are we? Let's see what else. Before I get into the next news, let's do what else. Jackson would be a worse deadline day deal than Fellaini. Does anybody agree with that? Does anybody agree with that? Does anybody agree with that? We've had some awful deadline day deals. We've had some good ones. Never forget when we signed Cavani and people were fuming, and he come out. And I loved Cavani, honestly. I hear United are after Murphy Richards, not as a player, but as a new cooker for the Geordie Toon for life. Here he is. I hope you're well, my friend. That is what the spanner means, mate. It means you are a mod. It means that I adore you. 28 likes on the video. Let's get it up. I don't know if you noticed, I'm quite chill tonight. With all the news that's come out, I was expecting to be very, but I'm not. I'm chill. I'm absolutely fucking chill. Jason says, big up, Dan. Why don't United go for Mateta or Pavlidis? Do you know something? Mateta for me would be a stunning signing for Manchester United. But I genuinely don't feel like United are going to be in for him. I genuinely just can't see it. I think Mateta is the answer for Manchester United, and I think he would be a signing of intent, like an Ollie Watkins, like an even Tony, but I don't think United are in for that. Fellaini wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible, but come on, he wasn't amazing. He wasn't amazing. Giniesta says, Dan, do you think United will be involved in a swap deal with perhaps Villa, Chelsea involving Garnacho? Well, I don't know. I honestly can't say Giniesta, because let's not forget that Garnacho represents pure profit. We don't want to miss out on that. So would it be a case of we sign him and there's an agreement? We sign one of their players and there's agreement? Maybe, but I'm not sure. Let's right. We've got through some of these comments. Let's go through the next bit of news. So the next bit of news, Estupinian. Right now, do you remember? Actually, that's a Jack Grealish song. I'm not singing that. Do you remember when we were linked a few weeks ago to Estupinian by Ben Jacobs, and then it went dead silent? Well, it's come out again today. Ben Jacobs has come out, and I think Crooks from Talksport, they've come out and they've said that United are in fact speaking with his representatives. They've not spoken to the club. There's no formal approach. However, with the people that are starting to come forward with this news, here's what I have to say to you. There's not smoke without fire. There is no smoke without fire, okay? There is no smoke without fire. And I say that for a reason. When you see these players come in and being linked, it kind of gets you wondering, well, where are these links coming from? Now, Ben Jacobs has been decent for United this season. I genuinely think he has. Here she is, the Queen, by the way. The Queen. Hope you are well. And don't say that to Lawless, mate. Don't say that to Lawless. Facts. Absolute facts. I'll come to that in a second, Ben. Estupinian, as we know, as a left wing back, is solid. He is. Absolutely is. Work rate is stunning. His attacking play is phenomenal. Gets in positions, gets up and down the pitch. And it's also his passing and his positioning. And there is that pressing element. But with this signing, here's where I want a bit of reality to be brought into this, okay? Here's where a bit of reality has to come into this. The signings I've just spoke about, Martinez, Jackson, Estupinian, right? Let's leave the rest for now. Let's talk about those three in isolation. These are the sort of signings I would expect a Manchester United, who have got all of their ducks in a row, to be making, okay? To build the squad, okay? I kind of feel like I go back to that scattergun approach. I can't see a rhythm into why these signings are being linked. I mean, Estupinian, Manchester United went full bore for the last 2 weeks on Diego Leon, really pushing this kid and saying the interviews come out about how he wants to do what he wants to do. And I get he's young and that's fine. We've got Harry Amas, we've got Dorgu. They're fucking putting loads of stuff on Dorgu out there. If we were to go out, and I'll say this, and this would, okay, I've been calm and I've been chill for the last couple of days. If this was a signing Manchester United just went out there and did, and bearing in mind, Estupinian would not be cheap, okay? Brighton have got their fucking head screwed on. If United went out there and wasted, and I will say wasted 30, 40 million on a player like Estupinian, I'm not saying wasted because I think he's crap. I think he's quality. But there are positions that money needs spending on a lot quicker. There is positions that need that money putting forward to sort us out. I'm happy to keep Adorgu for a season. I don't want us to go out there and do this scattergun approach. I keep saying it, and signing players in positions where at this point in time, they are not the biggest worry for Manchester United. Just come off the back of a season where we had a goalkeeper that couldn't catch anything, had a striker that was allergic to finishing. Would it just be the most Manchester United thing to do to finish the Bryan signing and go, right, Estupinian, bang, shirt up, here we go? Would that be the most Manchester United thing to do? And Wahaha, I think you would want Estupinian by sounds of it. Let's get through some of these comments. Let's get through some of these absolute, well, obviously not then. And of course, it's me, Everest. Of course, me, yes, Everest. You've been a great support. You're one of the OGs. Thank you so much. And well, so let's go through some of these comments here. I really rate Estupinian and have for a while, but don't see it with Dorgu and Leon as options and decent backups. And these are the kind of signings Fulham should be doing. I mean, Fulham technically in a better position than us at the moment. And Isaac is not for sale. There's so many people that are fuming about that. Ginny Esther says, Estupinian, good market opportunity, makes 0 sense. Facts. Absolute facts. And yeah, Jason, completely agree. He is a baller. Absolute baller. Newcastle won't entertain an offer for Isaac unless it's 150 million. You completely get that. I get that, but we won't get out of the hole with such players. Here we go. Here we go. I would love Robinson from Fulham, to be honest. Honestly, Jamie, I've got no problem with us signing Robinson. Hell, my second name's Robinson, so it makes perfect sense. And Mustafa says midfield, keeper, striker is a priority after Bryan. In that order? In that order, what would we say? Z, welcome, my friend. It's good to see you on the channel. Great to see you on the channel. And yes, we will make more signings. Trust me. I'm keeping the faith on that one. I'm keeping the faith on that one. Players who can play left wing back: Dorgu, Amas, Leon, and Shaw, and Dallo and Ahmad if needed. This is what I mean, Ginesta. It would just be the most pointless fucking signing that we could make. It really, really would. And yes, 32 likes. Let's hit those likes up. Let's hit those likes up. Goldfish says Ineos are worse than the Glazers, and that's the first time I agree with him. Yeah, kind of. I saw that statement as well. He seems to be flip-flopping a bit about the way he's saying things about this club at the moment. No, I'm losing. He's giving me whiplash. And imagine Liverpool get Isaac, honestly. What's happening in the world of sales for Man United? Do you know something? Look at that. Queen Sophie comes in and just knocks me over to the next bit. Well, the honest answer to the world of sales for Manchester United is it's gone quiet. It's gone quiet. We saw the news on Sunday. The news on Sunday that we had the Rashford links with Barcelona, Sancho with Juventus, Anthony, Leverkusen and Betis, Malacia, potentially Celtic. Garnacho, I still feel like that is one that's going to be a Chelsea deal, so I'm not concerned about that. But with the world of sales, let me tell you something, right? Let me run through this list with you all, okay? Not me personally. I was only joking when I said I had 5 million under the bed. And at the moment, Ineos are failing Amorim. I'll go on to that in a sec. Waiting for Arsenal to snatch Garnacho and Højlund. Honestly, Arsenal apparently were linked with Rashford at one point. Here's a list I'm going to give you of players, right? Manchester United players, okay? In fact, I won't bring that up. I'm gonna list it. So we've got Lindelof, Evans, Ericsson, Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, Malacia, Garnacho, Onana, and Martinez, right? That's 10 players. 10 players. 3 of which have gone, okay? 5 of which are going, 2 of which that are injured. We are getting to a point in pre-season where that is, from last season, 10 first-team players, okay? 10 first-team players that are going to be missing. Let's forget for a second that Manchester United are slowly navigating their way through the transfer market. Let's just forget about that for the second. That squad that was already abysmal, and let's not get that twisted, abysmal is significantly lighter come the start of the season, okay? Significantly lighter than where we were last season. We've got one signing, two if you count Leon, Cunha. So even if we get Bryan in, we are still going to need to bring in 2 or 3 more players. And the more I look at this, the more I deep this, the more I really assess the transfer market. I honestly look at it and I just feel like most of our work is going to get done on the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of August and the 1st of September. It will be scattergun approach. I should coin that phrase on a t-shirt, scattergun approach. This is concerning at the moment. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic just yet because we've still got some time. We've absolutely still got time. But Manchester United now seriously find themselves in a situation where, regardless of what you think about any of those players, first game of the season, they are not there at Manchester United, be it injury, leaving the club, or left the club. That changes the whole outlook of Manchester United's team. Yeah, we can have the fucking pictures of them training, and we can see Xerxes unmarked backheel a ball into the back of the fucking net. Brilliant, fantastic. We can see that for the next couple of weeks, and that is what the media seem to be doing at Manchester United. But we need to be getting the cold, hard facts in order. And that is that Manchester United, at this point in time, need players. Not to just try and compete in the league, but to try and compete and get to Europe. Okay, so let me go through some of these comments. Only income was Chelsea paying us to take Sancho back. Yep, that and Alvaro Fernandez, Elanga, and the other boy. I'm already prepared for another bad season due to Ineos's incompetence. I agree. But look, we've got to stay focused. We've got to stay happy. Maybe Mr. Freedom might have a new club. Maybe. And Dan, Sophie is savage. Lawless thought I was mean to him. He hasn't met Sophie yet. Honestly, that girl, man, that girl. And guys, hit those likes up. Subscribe if you're new. The road to 400. We are pretty close. Someone in the chat, let me know where we are with subscribers at the moment. Let me know. Moxie Shun says Fenerbahce are supposedly seriously interested in pursuing a Rashford deal for 35 to 40 million. Come on, Jose, you know it makes sense. Yeah, but I liken that, right, to, let me think, right? I liken that to when you come back from the shop with 2 chocolate bars. You've gone and treated yourself, right? You've got yourself a white chocolate twirl. You've got yourself a Twix. I'm old school with the Twixes. And you look at your wife, Mrs. Robinson. Mrs. Robinson says, I want a chocolate bar. Can I have one of those chocolate bars? I love that woman more than anything. But she ain't getting these chocolate bars. She may be interested in one of them. She may really fancy. She may be open to any of them. But she ain't getting them. And that is the same as Marcus Rashford. These clubs like Fenerbahce, Besiktas, AC Milan, anyone, right? Tottenham, we've had so many people linked with him. They might be interested in him, but there is no chance he's going there. Bayern Munich, there's no chance he's going there. He wants Barcelona, okay? It's not going to happen, Moxie. I honestly, he's the one. He holds a lot of the cards this season. Most will go out on loan, and Garnacho and Anthony will get sold only. You may be right. Never. Of course you're not. Scattergun approach, it gets even worse. I completely agree. I will come back to that comment. When our defence is all fit, does Martinez get in? Yeah, he absolutely does. Left-sided centre-back, and I think they probably push Yoro right-sided centre-back, and then it's between Maguire and De Ligt to get in there and be that central defender. Yeah, just see what. Just Mustafa, I get it. I hear it. 27 more guys. There's plenty of you in this chat. Let's hit that 400 tonight. Let's do this. I'm seeing. Oh, I've just had. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. No, it's bullshit. No, I thought we had news then. Bring Greenwood back, Andy. Do you know something? There is no world that Greenwood comes back to Manchester United. And I have to say it. I have to say it. There is not a world where Greenwood comes back to Manchester United now. Regardless of what you think of him as a footballer, I personally, with Greenwood, when he burst onto the scene, I was in love. I was in love. I looked at this boy and I thought, this kid is going to be world class. He's going to be. I actually felt like his ceiling was higher than Rashford. I don't mind admitting that. However, with what happened, whether he's guilty or not, it's public opinion. I have my own thoughts on that. He wouldn't be able to play in England. There's no way. He wouldn't have the mentality, and I don't say he's thick, he wouldn't have the mental strength to go to a stadium each week and get booed every time he touched the ball. Look at Chelsea fans chanting wanker to Trump. That's the American president. English fans, they have zero... They give zero fucks. They don't care. They will chant and chant. So I feel like that door would be closed. It would be closed. A fantastic talent, but just done. And yeah, Leacher is too injury prone. I want to see a full season from this guy. Yes, and do you know what? It's me, Everest. You tell them. If anyone is lurking around, make sure you subscribe and also like the stream. This channel is growing. We have got big things tomorrow night. We have got the start of the panel show tomorrow night, and I am very, very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. And yeah, exactly. There we go. Sky doing Sky things. And yep, I agree with that. And Lynn's telling you people to hit those likes, and I agree with her. We're at 26 needed, guys. Hit those subscribe buttons. Come on. His stuff says, I don't know why United fan base want Mason Greenwood back after his off. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Fraser says, scattergun approach more like accidental bullseye with Cunha than the gun has jammed since then. Ouch. Ouch. Before I get through these comments, here's the next bit I want to talk about. And this goes to Mr. Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim, whether you're a United fan that likes him, whether you're a United fan that thinks he's shit, whether you're a rival fan who says he's the worst manager in the world, worst manager in Premier League era for Manchester United, or you think that there is potential there. At this point in time, on the 15th of July, after getting this bloke last year with the fanfare that the club put out for him, the fanfare that Sir Jim put out for him, the fanfare that Barada put out for him, he has been absolutely let down. He's been failed in every sense of the fucking word. Not just with transfers. Let's be honest, he signed 2 players. You could say Diego Leon was one of his signings. We'll give it 3 at a push. We signed a specialist manager to come in and do the job for us, and we haven't given him the specialist players. Some people think that the formation's wrong and it won't work, regardless of the fact we haven't backed the manager to bring the players in to do this, okay? Coupled with the fact that Manchester United have been happy to chuck this guy in front of a camera week in, week out, to take the brunt of the likes of Scholesy, Keno, Rio Ferdinand, Owen Hargreaves, the national press. They have been happy for this guy to go out there and sit there and take it. And you're telling me that at this point in time, on the 15th of July, they haven't got the common decency to at least back him with 2 or 3 players. Just let that sink in a second. You can have your opinions about Amorim, but it is like sending a guy out to play cricket against the West Indies without a bat. He's going to get bowled out. He's gone. Done. Finished. Finito. I'm sick of seeing ownership, and this isn't just Ineos, this is the Glazers as well, and I don't want to dwell too much on them tossers, but I'm sick of seeing an ownership hide behind a manager and allow a manager constantly to take the flak. I'm sick of seeing an ownership who is happy to turn up for the big occasions and get their pictures taken with the players when we win things. I'm sick of seeing an ownership that is just so fucking criminal that how they have not been put up on trial for what they've done, not just to Manchester United, but in football in general. I'm sick of it. They have got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 weeks to give this manager a fucking chance of doing something. We know that they want Europe. We know that. Instead of focusing on the outgoings, and when I say the outgoings, I mean the outgoings of the club into your fucking account whilst we're still in debt, how about you do something that hasn't been done before by you? How about you do something that's just crazy, right? It's just out of this world. How about you make yourselves transparent to the fans? You make yourself transparent to the fucking media, and you tell us, you tell the fans, you tell everyone just exactly what your approach is this season. Instead of coming out and saying it's all under control. This isn't Mrs. Robinson in the kitchen cooking something for the first time and I smell the smoke. I hear the smoke alarm. I smell the smoke. I run in there. The fucking thing's on fire. And she goes, it's all under control. It's under control. This isn't that. This is the pride of a fucking lot of people, millions of people. You are still one of the biggest clubs in the world in name, in reputation, not in what we do on the pitch, but because of that. And because of all the people that watch this, because of all the people that go to the football ground, because of all the people that tune in at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, halfway around the world. Do the right thing. It's gone past the time now of you coming out and telling us there's a plan. Just do it. Just do what is needed instead of these bullshit excuses that we have to hear week in, week out. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's get through some of these comments. I do apologise. Went on a bit of a tangent there. Wahaha says, fucking see, I was miserable then. Wahaha comes back. Stressed me out so much, I was about to quit supporting United if we didn't get rid of him. See, there was a lot of people like that. Make sure you're smashing them likes and subscribe. Press conference. Are you saying that we need a press conference, or are you saying that there's one on? He shouldn't be back because even if he's found innocent, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I agree. He was our best academy player. Fenerbahce have Jose Mourinho, who would maybe know Rashford much better if going back to the days when he was very promising. It's sad though that the fee may be lower. His wages are beyond. He's not going there. He's not. And yes, make sure you are, honestly, guys, it's going to be fantastic tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic tomorrow. Like and sub, or unidentified 32-year-old male will wake you up with some deep tissue massage. Mate, if you're giving them out, honestly, I could do with that myself. And it is free to like. And yeah, there we go. A lot of people happy with the panel show. I think Cameroon walks if he doesn't get his players, to be honest. Do you know something, Sophie? As I say about this again and again, and this is named to you, don't worry. As much as this guy, has his self-respect and he sounds like when he gets interviewed, he has his honor, I don't see it. There's no manager that really truly walks is there because they get too much money for being released, for being sacked. So 35 likes. Let's get them up to 40, guys. For me, Ruben Amorim has been hung out to dry by Ineos, but the fan base and rivals will put it on Ruben Amorim more, which is wrong. Yep, I agree. As far as I'm concerned, forget last season. It starts this season. So come on, United. Andy, I love that. I love the optimism there, and that's what I'm still keeping in here. On a side note, imagine United don't sign anyone. First game of the season, we go and slap up Arsenal. Imagine that. There would be head losses across the country. What else have we got here? 100% agree, Dan. Ineos are so far letting Amorim down massively. If they were, I guarantee the squad would already be improved. Absolutely. I'm not It's Me Everest. I can't. It's too long for me to watch. My mind wanders too quickly. Glazers have pulled an absolute masterclass. Ineos getting all the heat and doing all the work. Completely agree with this. Was going to say, like, making Onana play without gloves wouldn't make any difference, really. Completely agree with that. Amorim is like a snooker player without a cue. Mission impossible, says Milton. You might be a new. I think, have I seen you before, Milton? I blame it on both Glazers, Barada, and Wilcox. Yep, Glazers playing a blinder, putting Jim to take all the flack. And but do you know something, Lynn, with that comment? I will say this. Don't feel sorry for Sir Jim. He knew what he was getting in with. It was vanity with Sir Jim. It was pure and utter vanity. I have seen nothing from that man yet that tells me that he is coming in here to turn everything around. I've heard me a lot from him, not we. And I don't mean yes. This guy come in for vanity. That's what he come in for. I haven't seen anything from this guy to suggest that he's got the honour that he has to do what he wants and says for Manchester United to become a better club. I hope we come back good because this club used to dominate the league. It's sad that we are irrelevant. Do you know something, though? Mustafa, Arsenal fans will agree with this. Chelsea fans will agree with this. Liverpool fans will agree with this. And so will City fans agree with this. Revolutions. That's the only thing I liken it to. I hope you didn't hear that. I just farted, and sorry about that. Spells. Clubs go through spells where they absolutely dominate. We've seen it, haven't we? The 80s, it was Liverpool. The 90s and 90s, it was United with Arsenal and Chelsea. Then we've got to where we are now with City and Liverpool pushing. It happens. It happens. Jamie says 100% Dan. He's a good manager and he can get us back to where we were. We should be, but he's not getting backed. He will be the scapegoat. He will be the scapegoat 100%. 100%. To be fair, Mustafa, they've only been in charge of recruitment for a month, so I'll judge them at the end of this transfer minute. But Moxie, they haven't, have they? They haven't, dude. They're like... I honestly, I get what you're saying, I do, but if you believe what Barada and Wilcox are saying, they're saying that that they had everything planned before the end of last season. They're saying that we had plans in place, and at the moment, I can't see it. I just can't see it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And this is another thing, Iniesta. This, like I've said before with Amorim, this is going to show me exactly what Amorim is. If he's a defeated manager that has been promised the world and is just like, do you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to have to fucking get on with this. Then he will come out and he will say, no. I have full faith in what they're going to do. I have full faith in the plan and the process that is in place. We've got plans that we're still taking. We're not going to be taken for a ride by any clubs, which is why Bryan isn't here. I will worry because that will be a defeated manager. However, if Amorim comes out and says, I ain't got a clue where he is. I ain't got a clue. All I do know is we finished 15th last season, didn't win a trophy, lost in a final. The players were on the floor. It was absolute garbage. And we have got nothing here to suggest that we are going to push forward and we need to pull our fucking fingers out of our asses. If he says that, then I'm sitting there and I'm going, yep, this manager knows exactly what he wants. Yeah, there we go. Ollie at the wheel. Fucking hell, there's a reminder. There's a reminder. What's this? Do you want to know something, Dan? Do you know something? What's that? Not of the first team recruitment, Mustafa Barada was... Okay, I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. And Andy is more up to risk. That's why we love him. What we got here? Wahaha. I can't stop doing it every fucking time, honestly. Amorim's... Sorry, I just need a drink. I don't know how you say it though. Do you say it wahaha or do you say it wahaha? I just fucking love that. Amorim's not had it easy, true, but he didn't try jack shit either. Starting Højlund week in, week out, really. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, but at the start of the season, we were all saying that Xerxes was absolute pony. So I'm not sure. And it's similar what happened to Erik ten Hag. He actually eventually caved in. He did. See, there we go. Imagine Eddie Howe starting Wilson ahead of Isak. That's what Amorim's doing with Højlund while Xerxes is on the bench. I'm just going to call you W from now on. Do you think Xerxes scores over 10? In fact, chat. Let's open this out because I'm interested. How many goals do you see Xerxes scoring this season with Bryan and with Cunha behind him? How many goals do you see him scoring? Let me go through these comments whilst you're doing that. Jim's first choice was buying Chelsea, I agree. And yep, 100%. Can smell it. Don't be silly now. I have sympathy for Ruben Amorim because we were promised by the board that they would back him. Exactly that. People were probably so sick of us in the 80s. They were with us in the 90s. They were absolutely. RA won't be defeated. He said he would leave without compensation. He's a good communicator then. Yeah, I agree with that. Xerxes never got a fair chance. Okay. 40 likes away, 10 away from 50. Let's get that. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. And 12. Okay, so we're at the goals here. So It's Me Everest says 12 goals for Xerxes. 6 to 8 in the league, says Iniesta. Sorry, buddy. 8 says Frank Woods. Max 8 to 10 says Mustafa. I'll come back to your comment. Don't worry, Andy. 12 says Andy. 8 says Paul. Xerxes minimum 10. 10 goals. But we need a striker. Unless you're... I mean, okay. Are you saying that out of the two we have that you want Xerxes starting over Højlund. If that's the case, then I agree with that. But I don't. I mean, for me, I think he's probably better off as a 10 than a 9. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going. What else have we got here? Andy says, can't wait for the Leeds game just to see all the players' attitudes. This is another thing. This is another thing. There is a world. Okay, now hear me out on this. Hear me out. Let me land on this. Let me have a sip. I needed that because I can't believe I'm about to say this. There is a world where these players, like I joked about spanking Arsenal, there is a world where these players get that siege mentality, that brotherhood around them, that it is us against the world, and they unite and they become, the fluidity comes, they work for each other, they get that extra 10-15% out of each other, and there is a world where they do succeed. Do I see that world happening? No, I don't, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but we need signings, man. We need signings. But yeah, I'm interested. Saturday, I'm looking forward to this watch along. I can't lie. I'm interested to see exactly how we line up and what we do on the field. I'm more interested to see how our passage of play works as well. We're going to have almost a fully fit squad, which is good. Problem is the obligation to do a press conference immediately after the game. It's impossible for the losing manager, really, unless he tells the truth about how bad the team performed. I get that, Milton. But there are managers out there that still to this day, when they lose, go, well, the boys put it in. They tried their hardest. We go again tomorrow. We like to thank the fans. I want a manager who has emotion. I absolutely want a manager who has emotion. Depends how much he plays. If he's a regular starter, I reckon he go at 15. That's a big shout. That's a big shout. Guys, we're 25 subs away from 400. There's a few of you in here. Let's get those subs up to 400. Let's get them up tonight. I'm feeling happy tonight. And it seems that word is my kryptonite. I can't say it without fucking laughing. I feel awful. I just hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't take it personally. I really, really do. Our play with Højlund up front or Xerxes up front is like day and night. Remember the Forest game? I do. But then I've also seen Harry Maguire go up top and look more potent than both of them put together. Wahaha. Ben says, I think Xerxes with Cunha and Bryan could be the Firmino of Liverpool, old top 3. Not a prolific scorer, but it worked well. Again, I'm. If there's one thing I am, fans, community, family, football family. If there's one thing I am as a football fan, and you'll see this as the season goes on. When you watch the watch-alongs, when you see the post-match with me, when I come on every night at 9 o'clock, you will see this from me. I am more than happy for a player to join this club or who is already at this club to prove me wrong. I love that. I love looking at a player and going, well, you fucking showed me. You've come to this club. You've turned it round. You've absolutely won me over. Because that's just the human side, isn't it? But there's big work to be done. There is big work to be done for some of these players to have what it takes and do what they need to do to get up there as a player that will succeed at Manchester United. 100%. What else have we got here? Can it be that Højlund is okay in practice, but come the actual game disintegrates? Milton, it could do. But again, there's an argument that there was several times last season that some of the players just point blank refused to pass to him in certain positions. And that to me says that when your teammates are doing that, they've lost faith in you as a footballer, I think. We've all played football. I'd like to think we have. And you have one guy in the team that you don't want on because he's shite. And I'm not saying Højlund's shite, but I'm just doing this analogy. And every time he's like, pass me the ball, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. I'm here. And you look and you go, nah, fuck that. I'll do a step over or something. I'd rather lose the ball. That's what it looked like last season with him. We'll see from the Leeds friendly onwards if they are taking Amorim's tactics on board with the pressing and possession, hence why they are all looking lean and fit, really ready to hit it hard. I honestly hope to God that happens. I would love it if we went out there and just absolutely dominated Leeds and put a marker down. I'd love that. After the final, I don't know how the players will react because losing to Spurs in the final is a new low for our falling club. Yeah, I agree. And thank you for clarifying that. Wahaha. It's not meant to be a serious note, so laugh to your heart's content. I appreciate that. I want to see Cheeto feature against Leeds and see how Vitek how he does. I think you'll see both of them in that game. I think you'll see both. I do. You have to. I tell you something. Okay, so let me put this to you, Manchester. I was gonna finish because we're on an hour, but I'm not because I want to go through this one with you. What if Amorim, as a massive fuck you to the board and to the players, says, "You're not going to get me that player that I want. Well, I ain't playing the player I've got. I'm not starting him." So on Saturday, you see him start Cheeto over Xerxes and Højlund, and he does that for the whole of pre-season. Does he have to maybe look into the dark arts of saying, well, I'm not going to play him, and you don't want to pay him the wages sat on the bench, and you ain't going to sack me for that? Is there a world where he starts to take it into his own hands and just refuses to play certain players? Answers on a postcard. I believe Rasmus will have a better season with Cunha and Bryan behind him. Don't forget, he did go a few games in a row scoring, and we love him. That was a couple of years. That was around Christmas, wasn't it? 2024. 2023, sorry. I remember he was at 7 games. He went on a run and then got injured. Leeds have signed Sean Longstaff tonight. There we go. Leeds actually doing business. Who is worse, Højlund or Vega? Oh God, guys, I'm putting that in a fucking vote. Let me put that in a poll. 2 seconds. Who is worse? Rasmus. Weggy. Get your answers in. Get on that poll, guys. Let's see what you say. I've put a poll up there for you. Steve says, hello, community. I agree with performance needing to go with 115%, but when you have a goalie conceding silly goals, how demoralising is it? Makes the players think, what is the point in trying? I take that on board, Steve. I do. I said this a few weeks ago. Manchester United, where would we have been last season if we'd have had a striker that could put the ball in the back of the net and a goalkeeper who could make saves? Where would we have been? Because I think you look at that, I think that is an extra 15 points per player that you're missing out on. I genuinely do. I think that's you look at how many games that we lost, and we had so many chances to put the ball in the back of the net, it just wouldn't go in. So it's a good comment, Steve. It's a good comment, and welcome. We'll be happy if Xerxes gets 10 and Cunha and Bryan should get a load as well. Let's hope so. I played rugby. Have I got to leave? Absolutely not. This is a loving community. We accept everyone. Like the stream, people. Make sure you are. I can see there's still a few of you in the house. So let's get those subscribe buttons hit. Yeah, we're at 23 away from 400. I think the club will tell Amorim to play Højlund. Shopping window. Okay, that's not a bad. I like that. Obi is the future, full stop, says Andy. Completely agree. What was for tea tonight, Dan? Tea tonight was, have you ever seen those pasta and sauces, sachets that you have to have milk and butter and water to? Mrs. Robinson made me that with broccoli, a bit of bacon and some cheese on top, and some garlic bread. It wasn't half bad, actually. Højlund can poll against Dong, maybe. And I feel Veggie still played with passion and tried. I loved Veggie, honestly. I absolutely loved Veggie. I wanted him to succeed so much. Let's have a look how this is doing. I tell you what, I look at that, man. Look at that. Where are we at? Rasmus, 73% at the moment. Get your votes in. That is absolute jokes, that is. That is absolute jokes. And yeah, I know, honestly, Andy, it went through me like a fucking Porsche. People are saying that, oh, I fucking love that. Who is worth? Oh, it's starting to even out a bit. Let's right. That comment is bang on, Paul. Absolutely bang on. Let me have a quick look on Twitter. Okay, so more people are starting to release now that Martinez and United looks like it's got legs to it. More people are starting to report that. Okay. Fucking hell. Right, okay. We got some bad news, people. We got some bad news. Let me get this up. Fucking hell. We got some bad news and we don't want it. Let me zoom into this. You can always rely on fucking Fabrizio to ruin your day, can't you? Yeah, honestly. Are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this? Here we go. Get ready to feel absolutely miserable. If you need me to zoom in a bit more, I certainly will. That may help you. Juventus have agreed to sign Conceição on a permanent move from Porto. Here we go. Deal in place for fee in excess of, is that 30 million in 4 installments? Well, that's Sancho over, guys. That is Sancho over. That is Sancho. That's Sancho done. Let's go there. Should we go there? Can I make that? That's Sancho done. I'll put it back there. That's Sancho to Juventus absolutely done. That is not what we wanted to hear. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier on tonight. I think it was Queen Sophie, that made the comment saying United are willing to pay to get rid of him, to just pay him off. That is not the news that Manchester United needed to hear. That is not the news. I mean, this is just abysmal. We all knew, and you know something? Fabrizio Romano said this. Let me just get that off the screen before I start bursting into tears in front of you all. Fabrizio said, didn't he? He said that was it. I think Juventus said that he was Sancho was the plan B. That has that's a kick to the gut. That is a kick to the gut. So there we go. That's Sancho. We're straight back to the start with Sancho again now. We're straight back to the start. Jamie, they said they wanted both, but they said that Conceição was the absolute one that they wanted first. And that's Sancho training at 5 p.m. for another 12 months. No wonder he sped in. Did you see yesterday in the news? He sped into Carrington, didn't sign autographs. Which what's happening here? Oh, there's something's happening out here. Oh, look at that! That made me jump. That did. I thought that was Sancho coming to do me in because I said he was shit. Where was I? Yeah, so Sancho sped into training yesterday. Didn't say hello to the fans. Why would he? He's a twat. But I just genuinely now I look at that and I think maybe that's why he was pissed off. Maybe he knew yesterday that this was a no-go with Manchester United agreeing something with Juventus. Juventus now, it'll only be a loan if he goes there. Fucking Sancho, man. I'm sick to death. I'm sick and tired of that bloke being at our club. I'm trying not to get angry here, chat. I'm trying not to get angry. But the fact of the matter is, this guy has got zero likability about him. This guy has got zero aspirations to be anything in football. This guy, who is still 25, who at his age should be pushing to play for England, World Cup season coming up, and he is gonna put United into a corner now by saying either loan me out or I'll just sit here and you can pay me my wages and I'll go on a free. I can't wait. I can't wait for that twat to leave our club. I'm so sick of hearing about that twat. Oh God, he takes up so much of my time, so much of my energy, man. So much of my energy. I mean, Sancho can be offloaded elsewhere in the Prem, maybe even as a loan, but we don't want that. It's me, Everest. We want him gone. Conceição signs another United giant possibility if Sancho goes. Yeah. Maybe West Ham or Brentford could take Sancho. I don't think anyone wants him. I don't think anyone in the Premier League looks at Sancho and goes, that's a player that's going to come and change our team, because his attitude absolutely fucking stinks. Yeah, not good news for us getting the mercenary out of the club. Absolutely. And yeah, should have just said it like that, shouldn't I? 21 away from 400, guys. Come on, let's get those subs in before I finish. Let's get those subs in. You can blame Ollie for him. Yeah, you can blame Ollie for him, but Ollie didn't pay him the 250 grand a week, did he? Ollie didn't say, yeah, bring him in, pay him what he wants. That was just poor management again from Ed Woodward and the boys and the gang coming in and just not utilising their heads. This guy cares more about money than football. Look at Yamal. I know he's a superstar. Yeah, but Yamal's going to have a massive contract soon. I see that. City by City. Oh, City boy. Sorry, yeah, he is a City boy. Yeah, definitely. That's absolutely that's thrown me. That has. I can't lie. That has absolutely thrown my mood. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here that that has come. No, we've got nothing else here. Nothing else. Well, what can you do? Right then, guys. Tomorrow night is the panel show. You need to make sure you're here at 9 o'clock. We have got loads to discuss now. Is tomorrow night going to be the night that we finally sit here and go, Bryan is here, all is forgiven, let's move forward? Or is it going to be another night where we sit there like Big Brother and say, dear 49 at Manchester United? Bryan has not got into the Carrington House yet. That was a horrendous impression. I can only apologise. But look at you, fantastic people. If you're watching back, hit the subscribe button. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to the OGs. Thanks to everyone from commenting. I will see you all tomorrow night at 9 p.m. with the panel. All that's left to say is Bryan Brigade, Dan United, Ulta!